This line we call them as reference line, otherwise principal axis. Okay, we call them as what? Okay, so principal axis, right? And then what we do is, we will have a source which is going to be somewhere at infinity. So we consider all the light coming from the source are going to be parallel. All the lights coming from the source is going to be parallel. Okay, imagine now, why are we considering that? Because if you have a tube light, okay, so here also you have focus lights, we have tube light nachpo. And the tube light neenga kittaka paakumbodhu tube light theriyum, where it always spreads its lights all other around it. Okay, suppose if you are viewing it from a longer distance, you will see it as a line. ஆமாவா இல்லையா? அதில் ஸ்ப்ரெட் ஆகிறதுலாம் தெரியாதா? அதனால நம்ம என்ன சொல்கிறோம்னா, லாங் டிஸ்டன்ஸில் இருக்கிற ஒரு ஆப்ஜெக்ட்னால வரக்கூடிய சோர்ஸ் ஆஃப் லைட்டை we are considering it as parallel lights. Okay, imagine we are considering the light source from sun. சன்லேருந்து வரதை வந்து நம்ம ஸ்ப்ரெட் ஆகிற மாதிரி கன்சிடர் பண்ணுறோமா? கிடையாது, ஸ்ட்ரைட்டாக வர மாதிரி தான் நீங்கள் எந்த டயக்ராம் எடுத்தாலும் தெரியும். Because it is far away. So all lights which are going to come is going to follow a ray cutoff thing. Okay, so I am considering a light ray which is going to be coming far away from infinity. Okay, so let the light ray come like this. Okay, I consider beam of lights coming, right? Always keep in mind, every spherical surface is going to be small plane mirrors. We consider it as a tangent. Okay, say for example, if a light ray is incident at this point, okay, let me draw a tangent here. Then it will look like a plane mirror at some angle. Correct? Imagine this is going to be the light source which is going to come this side also. Inga irundhu kuda ipdi varudhu vechupoyen, right? This point is almost flat. ஆமாவா இல்லையா? அப்போ it is going to act as a plane mirror. Plane mirror consideration என்னது? Angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. If I have a plane mirror and a light source, இப்போ light வந்து ஒரு ஆங்கிளில் இருக்கும்போது தான் ஏதோ ஒரு ஆங்கிளில் பட்டுச்சு. If a light source is normal to the plane, what happens to the light? It retraces the path. Can you see எங்க light எங்க இருந்து வருதோ அதே இடத்துக்கு திரும்பி போதா? Yes or no? Right? So when a light is incident normally, the light is not going to have any angle of reflection, which means it is going to have an angle of reflection as 180 degrees. It is going to retrace the path. So when a light ray is incident to the pole, we call this as pole. Okay, so if the light ray is incident to the pole, it retraces the path. It retraces the path. Okay, likewise, when the light is incident at some point, angle of incidence will be equal to angle of reflection. So appo inga irundhu ipdi varuma, correct? Because you have a plane source here, so inga padudhu inga varuma. So imagine you have a normal here, idu angle of incidence ah irukum, idu angle of reflection ah irukuma. But இப்படி தான வரும். Are you clear? Right? Likewise, if I have a plane mirror here, again what will happen? It will reflect and come back here, having this as normal, this as angle of incidence, this as angle of reflection. Likewise, each and every positions are going to have reflected lights, meeting at same point. This is going to be the focus of the spherical mirror. Okay, so all lights after reflection, it cuts the principal axis at same point. We call them as focus. And the distance between the focus and the pole is called as focal length. Normally the focal length of the mirrors, spherical mirrors, is usually half of the radius of curvature. So if this is going to be the center, this will be radius of curvature. So almost it will be half the distance of the radius of curvature. Okay, so the focal length will be half the distance of radius of curvature, and we can write it like r is equal to 2 times f2. Is that clear? Yes, so all the lights which are meeting at same point after reflection is called as focus, right? And if the focus is on the principal axis, we call them as, so R is equal to 2 times F. Yes, we were talking about when the focus is on the principal axis, we call this as principal focus. But it is not necessary that always the light after reflection should always be at principal focus. It is based on the source. Light எங்க இருந்து வருதோ அதை பொறுத்து தான் focus இருக்க போகுது. Is that clear? What I mean is, in the mirror ஓட focus ஒன்று தான், ரைட்டா? Image எங்க ஃபார்ம் ஆக போகுதுன்றது, it is not necessarily to be at the focus. Okay, clear? Yes, fine. So this is nothing but converging type of mirror, because all the lights after reflection meet at some point. So this condition is called as convergence. Convergence na enna? Onnu kootrathu. Convergence na enna? Onnu kootrathu. Okay va? So you have different parallel rays incident, and after reflecting through a concave mirror, all the reflected rays meet at same point. So they converge. That is what is called as convergence.